I'm looking for Sakuno. You better come along with me. I'll introduce you to the other fellas.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
We could find ourselves in some very tight situations where every sword counts. We need a guide who knows these parts. It's about time Rads had got round to this.
Hello you sexy biscuits and welcome back into Kingdom Come Deliverance. Okay, I am so excited right now. What you just saw was the brand new teaser for the Band of Bastards DLC. We got a lot of information in the stream that Warhorse Studios did. So I wanted to go through everything I noticed and give you the most important facts. So they ended up streaming a lot of gameplay. Personally, I'm not going to show that because I don't want to give away any spoilers. I want this to be completely fresh for everyone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description below and you can go and check their video on demand on YouTube. Usually with DLC I'll completely hide myself away from it. The only problem with doing Kingdom Come Deliverance videos is that I kind of need to watch every single piece of information, so practically everything's spoiled for me. But don't worry, I'm not going to do that to you. Okay, so the most requested thing is when is this coming out? Well, we kind of have a release date. It's not an exact release date, but it's pretty close. So at the end of the trailer, there is a bit that says that this is coming early February 2019. So we have not got long to wait at all, only about a month and a bit. To those of you who don't know, my birthday is on February 8th, so if this came out then, that would be an amazing birthday present. But they did say that this was going to be early February. So I'm not expecting this to be out sometime mid-February. The other big thing that people are asking, how long is this DLC going to be? Well, they didn't really go into the length of the DLC. The only information we really got about length was how much cutscene had been recorded. Now, there appears to be about 10 to 15 minutes worth of cutscene. Now, personally, I'd hoped for a little bit more. Now, of course, most of this DLC is going to be gameplay, so do not take that into account. This could be 3 hours long. To put it into comparison, Fallout New Vegas came out, didn't have any cutscenes at all, apart from right at the start and right at the end, and that game was hundreds of hours long. Band of Bastards confirmed to be hundreds of hours long. Don't hold me to that, I'm sorry. You just have to walk incredibly slowly to where you're going. So as I've always said, this is going to be combat focused, heavily combat focused. You even have to pass a test at the start of the DLC to see how good you are. So to show you how hard this combat is, I want to show you our good friend Sir Toby playing the game.
I suck at combat, man. He's like invincible. Die already, man.
You're not trying enough. Have you played it before?
Of course I played it.
Have you beaten him?
Yes, of course I've beaten him.
So why are you taking
Because
so... You button mash a lot.
I just want to make it more dramatic.
Hey Toby, tip, maybe try hitting the LB button every now and again, and then you do like a parry thing. I don't know if you know about it, it's quite an integral part of the combat. I'm sorry, I had to. So the loose story of this DLC, because I don't want to give you everything, but the loose story of this DLC is that you have been told by Sir Radzig himself to go and join a mercenary group. Now, this mercenary group is headed by Sir Kuno. There may be some form of connection between Sir Radzig and Sir Kuno, but you'll have to play the DLC to find out. But alongside Sir Kuno is the Band of Bastards. It's kind of in the title, I suppose. So our first new member is Dangler. All I'm going to say right now is that I have very dirty images every time I think of Dangler. That's all I'm going to say. The next group is the Bearman Brothers, so I'm guessing there's two of them and that they're very hairy. The next person is probably pronounced Stefan, but I'm going to call him Steven. because why not? So the next person we have is The Stone, who is the lesser-known brother of someone called Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And the last person we have is Jakey. To be honest, that doesn't sound exactly threatening, but alright, cool. The Adventures of Stephen and Jakey! It's just some, like, 90s Saturday morning cartoon. I would watch the crap out of that. And every episode they have to try and catch the dangler. Oh god. So another pretty big topic is the fact that this is going to be taking place at the middle of the game. This is going to be accessible soon after you do the Trial by Fire quest. But you're probably asking, where do you go? What do you do? So I'll let them explain, it's probably easier.
We're in the Ledechko Peninsula area, which is kind of the area between Ratai and Ledechko. And this is the beginning of the DLC when Henry is supposed to meet this guy called Kuno of Richwald, who is an infamous mercenary captain who's now under, basically, Sir Radzik paid him to have protection around the lands because there's a lot of robbing on the roads and humans and whatnot.
You're also going to be able to get a brand new armor set. Now, in the live stream, they did say that this would be quite difficult to get your hands on, and it would be near the end of the quest. To be honest, I don't know why they just don't run up behind the guy who has the armor on and just give him a giant wedgie and steal his clothes. That'd be way easier. Another thing is you're going to have to be able to read. There is a note in this game from what I've seen, and yes, you're going to need to be able to read to get some pretty important information. So make sure to go to the scribe and be like, hey, teach me to read my ABCs. 1, 2, 3. What is easy? This my ABC. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I couldn't help it. It's kind of the law. You have to sing that song when you say ABC. So as I said before, I am going to be leaving a link in the description below for you to go and check out Warhorse Studios live stream if you want to see gameplay, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. In terms of price, nothing was given away. But I'm going to say it now, and I am most probably right. This is going to be £7.99, or your country's equivalent groschen, or whatever money's called now. The last thing I want to talk about is the topic of there being a patch before this is released. Now, I highly suspect that there is going to be a major patch released either alongside this or before it. Now, this will get the game ready for the new DLC. It may also fix quite a few bugs and stuff like that, which patches are supposed to do. So I really do believe that that will be coming. Before I go, there is one more DLC, and that is A Woman's Lot. Now, personally, I'd love to voice act in it, and I've already messaged Warhorse saying, hey, Warhorse, hire me. And they were like, yeah, we will. They didn't respond, but if they did, then they would have definitely said yes. So what I want you to do is go on Twitter and tell them how incredibly talented I am, how amazing I would be as either Mr. Bean in the new DLC. Hello, Teresa. Oh, you've got a doggy. I love doggies. I also do a really good impression of that character in Kingdom Come Deliverance who says, hello, I'm Henry, bailiff of Biscuit Town. You see, I'm incredible at that. I'm the best. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be doing more videos on this DLC. If you want to see gameplay and a bit more in-depth analysis, then tell me and I will work on that for my next video. For people who are asking, yes, Oblivion is coming at some point soon. Episode 3 will be out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, but until then, that's me, out. Bye, guys.
The roads really aren't safe. I simply don't have the men.
Kill the fucker!
Recently, I asked an old acquaintance for help. You'll ride with his band on patrols and make sure they don't get too disorderly.
We need a guide who knows these parts. So I hope I can rely on you.
Quiet. Listen.
Quick! Before they cut us off!